My boyfriend has a storage unit I'm not allowed to visit. I finally found out why. So, I have been dating for just under 2 years. He's amazing in a lot of ways. Funny, thoughtful, never raises his voice at me. But there's one thing that's always bugged me. Every other Friday night, he says he has to go to the storage unit. He tells me it's where he keeps old stuff from before we met. Furniture, boxes of childhood memorabilia, whatever. The thing is, he never lets me come with him. The first time I offered, he just laughed and said, "It's boring, dusty, you'll hate it." I brushed it off, but after months of him disappearing like clockwork for 2 or 3 hours, I started getting suspicious. I'm not proud of this, but I snooped. One Friday, I told him I was working late. Instead, I followed him. He didn't go to a self-storage facility like I imagined. He drove about 40 minutes out of town to this rundown, almost abandoned industrial park. He parked behind one of the buildings and went inside through a side door. I sat in my car, my heart pounding. I knew it was none of my business, but my curiosity was eating me alive. After maybe an hour, I saw him come out holding what looked like a small duffel bag. He tossed it into his trunk and drove off. I almost let it go, but the next week, I convinced myself to go back during the day to see what was inside that building. The front was padlocked and dusty. The windows were filthy, but I managed to peek through a crack. Inside were shelves, dozens and dozens of shelves, and on every single one, there were binders. Stacks and stacks of identical black binders, each neatly labeled with a name and a date. I swear my stomach dropped. It looked less like storage and more like records. That night, I asked him, casually, what exactly he kept there. He got really still and said, "Just things from my past." When I pushed, he snapped at me. That was the first time I'd seen him angry. Fast forward to last Friday. I get a call from an unknown number while I'm at work. It's a detective. He asks if I know Evan and if I've ever been to his unit. I say no, but I ask what's going on. He tells me they've just executed a search warrant on the building. Those binders? Each one contained printed screenshots of social media posts, news clippings, and handwritten notes. They were dossiers on women. Women Evan had dated. Women he'd worked with. Even some women he'd never met in person, just found online. And my name? It was on the most recent binder.